The gentleman from Texas, Mr. Farenthold, for 2 minutes.
Gentleman from Virginia's time has expired. Gentleman from Texas is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I want to address, too, what my colleague from Houston, Texas just said. You know, I love clean air, clean water, safe working places as much as she does. But we've got a government now that instead of working with the people, with industry, is working against them. The trust in our government is at an all-time low. Scandal after scandal is plaguing the government. We have got to get people who are accountable in charge of those regulations, not unelected bureaucrats writing regulations that only in the history of the Review Act have been overturned one time. That was ergonomic furniture was the only time that was able to work. But what I want to talk about is the Constitution. The Constitution granted this body, the House of Representatives, and our colleagues across the Capitol, the Senate, the legislative power in this country, the power to write laws and make rules that the American people must abide by. Burden the American people with expensive, burdensome, and intrusive regulations, the American people have a right to have their elected officials vote on it. This is how we are starting to reclaim some of the power that past Congresses have given away and bring it back to where our founding fathers rightfully intended it, into the halls of Congress. By saying this really is a problem. Elected officials are not making the rules. There's no accountability, and it's going to be hard for us to do it. This is the first step in bringing the power back to the people and their elected representative. The REINS Act is a common sense way to hold government accountable and start to rebuild that trust that the American people have lost in Washington, D.C. And that is what is good for America, and I urge my colleagues to support the REINS Act, and I yield back.